Okay. Separating the Victory Road part just because I want to make a stupid video title. Hey, N, you came. The Pokemon League is just past Victory Road. Pokemon battles do nothing more than hurt Pokemon. That's how I understood it, and why I hated battles. But it's not that simple. He hated battles, and he fights you like 12 times in the originals. Pokemon battles decide winners and losers. It's true. Yet they do so much more. Your Pokemon, you, your Pokemon, or your opponents, and their Pokemon. Everyone can see what wonderful things the others have to contribute. That's right. Accepting different ideas, different beings changes the world. Like a chemical reaction. Pokemon battles are like a catalyst, a small component that leads to big changes. My friend Zekrom taught me that. And it's the formula I've derived from traveling the world. I want you to think for yourself what it means for you or whatever it says. Here, take it with you. It's a treasure for my travels. A map that leads to a faraway place whose directions are not yet clear. Maybe someone could solve its equations? No matter what treasure it may lead to, I know you'll treat it well. What the hell is that? The old sea map, yet he gives you a ball. I think that's the, that thing he gives as the DNA splicer originally, right? And they just kept the sprite for it. The new Victory Road has lots of tough challenges to get through. Yes. Yeah, but if it's your Pokemon and you'll get past the Pokemon League and recognize your own ideals. That's what I see in store for you. I mean, you can give me your legendary dragon. I'd appreciate that. Or badge gate check. Basic badge confirmed. I don't know why they do this in the later games, considering, like, it's not the first thing you can do anymore, like Fire Red and Leaf Green. Heck, even Gen 2, the League is, like, nowhere near the start of the game. I guess in Gen 2, you can get there before you're meant to, but, like, not much sooner. Like, you need, like, what, badge 7 to be able to get there? I wonder if this is supposed to represent Zekrom and Reshiram. Oh, that's kind of cute. Pokemon Center, like, it actually looks different. Okay. I could buy, wow, I could buy a whole bunch. Ooh. That'd be a lot of healing. Yeah, sure. I've got the money. Any point to actually getting the max potions when I can just use the full restores? Although I'm limited how many of these I could buy. Can't buy full restores, eh? No, I might have to go back to that place that sells the quick balls. Yeah, you saw all the balls here. Okay, the place that sells the herbs. I'm too afraid to go any further. Why? I've been waiting for you. You've done terrific. Here's a new medal. Oh, also I can speed up now. I'm allowed to speed up because I actually, you know, beat an episode without doing it, other than the off-screen parts, because I failed the stupid block puzzle like 9 times. Like an idiot. I wonder if it has something to do with this rock. Duskstone. Is there only like one Pokemon that evolves with Duskstone? Protector. Can use the Protector in my next run of Pokemon. I already have the next game decided. It's another Emerald ROM hack. Or I might do Soul Silver. But not the actually I might do Storm Silver. Or Blazing Gold or whatever the hell it's called. I want that one person to finish his ROM hack of Heart Gold. That complete, yeah, I'm gonna need more revival herbs. That completely like changes what the Pokemon actually look like. They're less monster girls and more monsters. Can I fly here? Yes, I can. You never know. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to fly to a nearby city. Okay, who sells the plants? It's not this place. It's not here. Not Letmastown. Definitely not Nimbasa. It might be Driftveil. So what happens when you don't play a game for 3 months? And they come back and only do the linear progression you had just set up? Yeah, it's Driftveil. The place with the best music in the franchise, apparently, and I just don't see it. I don't agree. You know, energy roots may have been better. Oh, they're better, though. Can I buy the stuff that's, like, expensive? Or sell the expensive stuff? Like, the big mushroom. How much? 5 grand. Apparel. Wait, what? What do you mean you can't sell that to the shop? Okay. Just in case flying to that... Actually, I don't know why flying to that one would set my spawn there. And why I would care, because flying to this one would set my spawn here. This part's gonna be a little bit longer, so I can... Because it's a victory road. They're never short. They're longevity battles, basically. See how many... Well, this part's going to be very disjointed because there's people. Oh, I need to actually go. There's people in my house roaming around, repairing and fixing stuff. So the recording's gonna like cut and split and do all sorts of weird stuff this time around. Although to be fair, I don't think I've ever had an actual successful Victory Road recording. The Star Emerald one, I was way too goddamn quiet. And the Mega Fire Red was, well, that Let's Play. It was terrible. It was not one of my finer ones, but to be fair, it was the 9th one I did, so... 9th recording I did, so... I think the longest series on my channel at that point, so... Because even Final Fantasy wasn't that long. Final Fantasy, I think, was only like 10. No, it's longer. I think it was like 20. It's a ghost, though, so I can't exactly hit it with... Ooh. That's gonna hurt. Do I have anything that ghost won't be super effective against? No, I guess not. That's not supposed to hit fighting types. Problem with the Ace Trainer, like a lot of the trainer types in these games, you can kind of predict what they're gonna have. Rotom, go somewhat resistant against it, I guess. Unless it's the fire one. Like, you can predict typically what they're gonna have. Like, a hiker is most likely gonna have rock, ground, and steel. Black belts are typically gonna have, you know, fighting, rock, steel, stuff like that. Freaking, H trainers just have whatever. Psychic and flying. They just have whatever. They typically have teams that balance each other out. Like Zatu's flying covers the neutral to grass. Let's see. Yeah, it was Golurk, or which is Ghost and Rock. So if you use a Grass type on it, that Flying type would have gotten you. Yeah, if you use the Ghost type to fight them, then it's got Ghost types to fight you. So. Move to the free space. Just like you, move to the free space. Full restores I might want to put over there as well. I don't think this is gonna work on anyone. Yeah. Because their EV IVs are maxed out. So will Victory Road... don't push it up after I activate it, please. Okay. I was gonna say, yeah, will it have wild Pokemon? It typically does, but this doesn't strike me as the kind of area that would have wild Pokemon, because this looks more like a gym dungeon. Okay, dead end. I assume this place is going to be more labyrinthian than it's been? Because this place has not really been labyrinthian. Yeah, like this one's a psychic, so you can typically guess like what they're gonna have. Poison's not doing shit against it, so I guess they tweaked Psychic's weakness to poison, because I thought that was like the one use for poison in the main game, other than, or like the original games, other than against grass types. But grass doesn't have a shortness of weaknesses to begin with. I think it's tied for like the most amount of weaknesses at 5. Yeah, because grass is weak to, what is this? Ice, fire, bug flying, poison. Okay. Okay. Just gotta make some noise to make sure that I'm actually being picked up on OBS. Because the way I record, the gameplay window is actually covering the well, the game window, yeah, typically it's covering the or half of the sound bar. So if I'm a little too quiet, does Dark resist Ghost? Huh. Because this thing's Psychic Dark typically, no. Night Days. Yeah, it's probably a Dark type. I didn't know Dark resists Ghost. Huh. Or Dark's like immune to Ghost, which is being halved out by the Psychic's weakness to it. Bronzong. Psychic and Steel. Also has massive tits, if I remember correctly. The Moemon sprite for Bronzong just has a large chest. Yeah, there's the boobs. Don't exactly know what that's adding to the sprite, but again, it is Moemon. A lot of the time, to add interest to a boring sprite, they do just slap boobs onto it, so Chime Echo. Like, you know, like this is a decent final evolution that doesn't rely on breasts as the sole character point. Chime Echo's mono-psychic. It's not Psychic Steel. I'm thinking of, I think, Chingling? That didn't go the way I wanted it to. I don't have any full heals. I mean, I have full heals. I don't have too many full heals. I'm gonna have to rely on berries. I have 1 berry. Paralysis. Maybe I should go back and buy a bunch of, I don't have a bunch of money. Buy a bunch of full heals. That's, where's my escape ropes? Should they be up at the top? No, escape ropes aren't a held item. They go in order, okay. May I help you? Yes, you may. Give me... I can't even get that many. I don't think I need more than 10. At least not right away. Actually, to be fair, what am I gonna spend my money on anyways? There's nothing really left to spend my cash on. I've got more than enough Pokeballs for everything to ever appear. It's snowing again, even heavier than it was earlier outside. I don't mind the snow. It's just I wish it's just like rain. It's just I wish it didn't get accompanied by heavy winds. Oh, you're just a wild, okay. Like, I wish... Like, I love the rain. If the rain was falling straight down, and, like, an umbrella worked well, and, like, it's beautiful, it's nice, it's cozy, it's comfy, like, I love rain. But it's always accompanied by fucking 40-mile-an-hour winds, so even if you hold the umbrella straight up in front of you, somehow, you know, your underside gets soaked. Like, the rain somehow bends around to hit you in the bottom of the head. Underside is like the under of your chin, I mean. I'm not talking about your taint. Or my taint, rather. My underbelly is probably more like it, considering how fat I am, so... Yeah. The thing is, too, is I'm not even that fat. Or, rather, I'm not that heavy. I'm a little under 200 pounds the last I checked a couple years ago. I was like 170, I think. Although I know my BMI states that I'm obese, or bordering obese. Heavily overweight, I think is what my BMI claims. Because I'm like 5'7". I'm relatively short. Which is funny, considering every male in my family is tall. But my mother, every female, or every female in her family is incredibly short. So I must have gotten her shortness. Of course, talking to her about it is a moot point, because she always brings up, oh, well, if you have the shortness of the females in my family, that means you were supposed to be a female at birth, and, like, maybe it was an accident that you're male. It's like, no, I don't think those two have correlation. I like being me. I like me. Man, do you think you could have put in, like, the rest of the ghost types, like, anywhere else in the game? Jesus. Critical capture. I still have to catch another Dusclops and Lampent. Mariana. Oh, Ghost and Normal, really? That's definitely a custom types that they did for the ROM. Oh man, really? What the hell? Why am I not surprised that my neighbor across the road is banging around outside on his trailer in the middle of a snowstorm? It's like the guy's just determined to make as much noise as humanly possible. I don't like my neighbor. Okay, so Victory Road. What is the grass like out here? Because I assume it shares the same, like... Oh, shiny. I think I already have a Skarmory. I don't have a Skarmory, okay. Save state. I've lost shinies before. I've encountered, what, 4 on this playthrough? And only got the key. No, yeah, shiny Sandshrew, shiny Audino, shiny Missing, or not Missing now, Unknown I have. But then I found another Unknown, and then there was the one the Pupitar I lost on screen because I reloaded a save. Of course, it's up to you if you want to believe me on the shiny other missing. Or why do I keep calling Unknowns Missing Nose? Missing No isn't real. It's just a fan name given to a glitch. I do love the, well, I mean, Dragonite is a little bit different, but I love how the later Dragon types, pseudo-legendaries for the Moemon stuff, are, like, very respectfully covered up. Dragonair's kinda exposed, and I think Goodra is exposed a bit, but for the most part, Hydreigon, Metagross, Garchomp, they're all decently covered. Metagross has a lot of mid-drift, but it doesn't hurt the design all too badly, considering she's meant to be like a warrior. A lot of the pseudo-legendary dragons are meant to be like priestesses. Like priest ladies. And I highly doubt priest ladies are walking around with the girls out. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt they're walking around with the puppies just showing constantly. Oh, I don't know much about priests or priestesses and like nuns and all that, because that's usually what they're meant, like what they look like. Is that another critical capture? No. I can't wait for someone to get mad at me for cheating by having the instant capture just active constantly. It's like, well, would you want me to screw around with does this not connect right back to... You want to fight, I presume. Yeah. I also assume you're gonna want to fight. Should I go down and mess with the water? I was gonna say, yeah, you're gonna want to fight. You definitely look like, you're positioned to fight, but I don't know what class you would be. Oh, a lady. Or no, veterans. I've not encountered the veterans yet. Poor bunny. I get why Lopunny looks the way it does. Like, I get why. It's even in, like, a regular Pokemon. Its fake out was disabled, huh? Useful. Like, I get why it's supposed to be a Dragon Quest reference, the Boemon sprite is. Because Dragon Quest is, like, the Puff Puff and all that. With the bunny girls. I want to play one of the Dragon Quest games for the channel, but God, are they ever long games. They are exceedingly long games. Even the shortest one, I think, is only 40 hours. Manetric. Ground type. Or it's electric, so I need ground. Yeah, actually, no, I think it's like 15, 16 hours, the shortest Dragon Quest. I think that's like 7. I played and beat 15, or 11, or whatever the most recent one is. The one with Sylvando. Sylvando was great. Sylvando was best girl. I love him so much. He's over the top flamboyant, and I love him. Because that's just the type of character I like. I like the over the top flamboyant characters. Like Bruno from JoJo, Sylvando from Dragon Quest. Oh Jesus, okay. I like the over the top, overly flamboyant characters. Problem is that doctor's in the middle of grass. I don't know if I want to actually, like, befriend him. Because I'm going to have to come back out through the cave anyways. I have plenty of healing. Ooh, excuse me. That is a much better Dawn fan than the old one. Holy shit, is the old Dawn fan bad? Well, the old Dawn fan was mostly boobs. So, of course, you know, anything in my book is better than that. Well, not anything, but decreasing the sexual nature is a big improvement in my book. I don't know. I just feel like you can appeal to people without having to heavily rely on humanity's basest instinct. I don't know. I might be alone in that mentality. 8 more. I think I have... No, I don't have one of you. I do have one of you, okay. Case in point, I think this Heatmore's a good design. Okay. I definitely get the feeling that I'm gonna have to fight you folks to even get to the end. Boldor. Stop giving me green shards. The green shard tutor is useless. Oh, goody. No, I don't care. I know they can give you items, but again, I don't care. Really? A Weasel? An uninvolved Pokemon? Just in the final area? I don't like the water in Pokemon just because, or like this, just because of one reason. There's 4 types of encounters. There's surfing, there's fishing, there's puddle, or like there's splashing fishing, and then there's splashing swimming. There's 4 types of encounters. Uh... Busculin. The left's a dead end. To the right might have some items. Well, it's definitely a blizzard out there. Thank God I don't have to shovel. I mentioned last time I rearranged my desk. My chair is now beside my window, so I can actually like look out to my right. But thank God I don't have to shovel, because I've got a bad heart. A number of years ago, about 5 years ago, shortly after my dad passed away, I went outside to shovel, because that's usually what he did. But I went out to shovel during the winter, and I woke up in the back of an ambulance. Because what had happened was I fainted. I went to pick up the snow, and I just fainted. Because my heart gave out. Man. You're gonna make me do this for a split second while I go all the way back. I'm gonna have to go get more super revivals. Or, repels. Oh man. Dead end. I could do the fishing stuff, but that's tedious. There's a good chance I have pretty much most of the water stuff anyways, so... Don't need to worry too badly. Is this just an item? Yes, but it's a double fight. I don't know about the pro trainer, but the guy at the top looks like a miner. Also, I notice I have 3 legendaries. Or not 3 legendaries, I have 3 starters. 2 pseudo-legendaries. Unless the one at the top is just he's a professional as well. Or the veteran or whatever they're called, whatever she is. Yeah, it's a veteran. Claude and Cecil. I don't know which is which. That's the funny thing. Like, as an example, Braviary. I do actually really like how that one looks. Even though it does have a chunk of chest. I do like how that one looks because it doesn't impact negatively the outfit. It's not just there for the sake of being there. It's meant to be a tribeswoman. So the miniature amount of clothing works. It's not just boobs for the sake of boobs. Or chips. Like that one. That one's prehistoric. So the miniature amount of clothing works. Like, you can have, that be a part of the outfit and have it actually work. Was that quick attack? That's me dead. What move was that? Well, I get the feeling these are just going to use mostly flying, so... Caracosta. Wait, why did that work on Archeops? Oh no, it did, yeah. I'm just being stupid. Because I used Ice Beam on the other one, not on Archeops. Archeops was supposed to get hit with Waterfall, because that would have been quad weak. Oh no, just normal weak. I forgot Archeops is flying. Because all fossils are water type, not water type, rock type. Ooh, quad weak. Hang in there, baby! But like Toxicroak there, it's like, is that adding to the design? It's not exactly taking away from it. But it's not particularly adding anything. I don't know. In a design sense, it should be, you know, you should take design factors into mind and not just have it be there. In real life, who cares, right? Like you can't control real life factors, but for somebody drawing this stuff, you think they could take a bit more care into it. What? Oh, it wasn't the one that used tail whip or tail smack or whatever. I was wondering, it's like logistically, how was it using tail smack? Is it like using its tentacles? But no, it was Minocino, Chinicino, whatever the hell its name is. I mean, just for the sake, there's no point in me wasting a turn fake attacking, because this isn't like the old ones where they pull out a Pokemon the second the one faints. You have to wait till turns end before the new one comes out. It is a mono dark type, I believe. Which means a fighting move would have been preferred, but I don't have a fighting move. Oh. Mala wasn't using a move, so Sucker Punch didn't work. A battle with a good trainer fills my heart with warmth. Thanks a bunch, it was a lot of fun. Oh, back onto that bridge. Stone Edge. Yeah, no, I'm good to that. Well. Come on, really? Oh, what am I doing? Go around her. I have the technology. Ban it. Come on, I need another Lampent and I need another, Dusclops. No, come on. Oh. It takes you to the Pokemon Center? In what world? It's supposed to take you out of the cave. Huh? Okay, sure. Guess I'll take it. At least lets me heal up a little bit. I wasn't aware that was... Oh, super repels. I feel like I'm going to use a couple of them. At least one to run back, so... That's a lot. I assume I get to come back in here through like a completely different part. Aw, man. I assume that's why you fight her. It's as it prevents you from having to come all the way down here. But realistically, she's not that big of a deal, so... Okay, I think I did everything I could do down. So I don't care about going down. Abra. Or, sorry, Kadabra. There's another one I have to catch two of. What the hell? How am I at a gigabyte in only 50 minutes? It's 30 is usually 600. What the hell? Oh well, I mean, I have the storage space, so... It's not the end of the world if I need if I have an extra gigabyte taking up. Although I do need to start worrying about extra storage for my long-term videos, because I do keep my older videos. I do have them all on a hard drive. So, like, even my first ever recorded video I have on a hard drive. Just their memories, so throwing them away is... it feels... bad. The hell's this place? Yeah, it's filled with trainers I don't want to deal with. Ooh, excuse me. Love when you eat a food and then, like, 5 hours later burp it up. So you just sit there, you know, a couple hours later after you originally ate, just with the taste of the food you ate previously in your mouth after the burp, and you're like, Did I have chili noodles? Oh yeah, I did 6 hours ago. Yeah, you wanna go? I'll bypass you. That's what you get for allowing yourself to be bypassable. Whimsicott. Or Zarkotany. Whimsicott is what it turns into. I doubt there's a, Carnivine. I doubt there's one of those, grottos here. Could poke all the trees really quick. Okay, what is down here? Is this the actual... I doubt this is the actual path. Where is that supposed to be going? Right here? Like this thing where you like that thong thing? Like that doesn't take away from the design, that's fine. It's primarily if there's too much of an emphasis on it. That's what I don't like. Like the Blastoise design. I think that one's actually a really nice design. Because that's not, you know, there's more, one, there's more to the design, and two, you don't look at it and be like, holy shit, that's, you know, that's something. Haven't I been here before? Why do I care to be over here again? I've already been in here. Hey, look, it's the one I've never gotten. Even though it's in that, I think it's in that forest at the, or near the beginning. Near the halfway point, rather. After the stupid, whatever her name is. The lady that starts with the Boofalant. The black lady. The normal gym leader from the first set of these games. And oh no, I'm gonna get arrested because I referred to her as a black lady. Because you can't use color as a descriptor anymore. Because that's racist. People really need to pick up a goddamn thesaurus and, like, learn what words mean. That racism and being racial is, you know, the act of thinking lesser than or treating another color different. Like, it's thinking lesser of a color, or thinking lesser of someone because of their skin color, or treating them differently because of their skin color. That's racism. Using it as a descriptor is, like, no. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. It is an apt descriptor. It is a part of, you know, their physical identification. Not what they identify as or whatever, but it is, like, a feature of them that you can look at and be like, oh yeah, that applies to them. Because if I take, you know, if I describe any of the characters in this game, I'm like, tall lady, strong looking, has an annoying Pokemon team. It could be anyone. But then if I say black, suddenly, you know, that list gets so much shorter. Or white or anything like that, the list gets shorter. It is a tool in our descriptor arsenal. But we don't like it. Do I have you already? You're gonna make me braid that Simipour, aren't you? Yep, you're gonna make me braid that Panpour. Or Simipour, whatever the hell it is. Okay. Have I been over here? Yeah, this is actually where you had to go. And this is dark grass, so this is double battles. Hey, Braviary. Or Mandibuzz, sorry. Does that mean Braviary's around here somewhere? They fly in circles around the sky. When they spot prey, they attack and carry it back to their nests with ease. Don't know why I or specifically decided to read that one's description, but... You're an asshole, game. Really? You spawn a rippling puddle of water, which is probably a basculin, just right in my path? Oh, it's arguably worse. It's a weasel. And try for one more. Or just one, rather. Maybe I can get the Braviary. No, it's Pokemon I already have. Okay. And an hour in. Just about. I'm gonna go up these stairs. Oh man, it's a double. There's a double, and then this guy. There's also a pushing boulder. And this is a veteran, so his team, the veteran and the aces, their teams are just going to be whatever. Dragonite. I mean, even with this one, its design with the chest isn't even all that bad. It's there, obviously, but it's not that bad. Also, I just realized that... What in the world? In this game, the NPC classes have, I think that's fire and fighting? The NPC classes have tiers to them. The miner person, the ones with like the pickaxes and all that, are just improved versions of the hikers. The veterans are just improved versions of the ace trainers. Well, I feel bad for you, buddy. You lowered your stats right before a super effective hit. Also strange that the Wukong is stronger or faster than a Samurai. Slacking. Probably gonna use a fake out. No. But that's gonna hurt like a freight train. Is Giga Impact the one that they have to recover for a full turn? I don't remember. Donphan. Type is Donphan again? It's just ground, right? Marino. Waterfall can make them flinch? I didn't know that. Blastoise. Mono water type. Also the Pokemon I was using as an example earlier for a good amount of sexual content for their model. Like, that's not bad in the slightest. Because my hatred and my dislike is not skin. It's specifically over-reliance on breasts. No. And, you know, having a character with, like, the freaking, what do you call it? What do you call it? Leotard. That's like so tightly pulled up, it's sitting within their vagina. Like at that point, what part is them and what part is the leotard? Let's be honest. At that point, you get to a freaking an H anime goddamn thumbnail, like box art cover for one of the hentais, where it's just like because they have a rule where they can't show the lower parts on the box arts for those shows. They can show the tops, they just can't show the bottoms. So they have like very poor like covering mechanics for their things on that. You mean to tell me that a piece of thread is blocking the censorship? The censors? Come on. Not gonna show a picture because I will get taken off of YouTube in a heartbeat, but if you're old enough and you engage in hentai, you know what I mean. This was a good type matchup, my god. Because I have, yeah, water and a ghost. Waterfall. An hour in, my god. I hope this is at least the end. Magmortar. Unfortunately, that's not gonna work. Need to kill Magmortar before it hits Yuka. Ooh, steel resist ice? Yeah, steel resist ice, but sheer firepower. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Is it gonna one-shot? Ooh, 250 damage though. Oh, and it's a freaking whirlpool-style attack? Come on. Really? That's impressive. Normally those aren't that strong. Bank on neither of them being faster than Yuka. Like, Drudigan's meant to be savage. That is a good use of, you know, that type of clothing. Tauros is meant to be Magic Mike. What? Well, Yuka at least got her use out of it. I forgot, Mayuka is very, very slow. Not going to make any comment about the artist, because while they did what they did, I'm not going to badmouth them, because, well, my actual model I have is made by them, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, they're a shitty human being, or, you know, their art sucks, because I use their art. I'm using their art right now. I'm not gonna do that. Just once they leveled up on Fiverr and started being able to, like, accept more money, have more gigs, make more money, have their art be pushed out more, they just started to focus more on finishing gigs and getting money instead of finishing gigs correctly. Which saddens me. The art was good, but dealing with them was fun and all that, but if, you know, I'm not going to argue against people making personal choices for their business. At the end of the day, they do sell art as a business, so... If they wish to focus more on the money side and not the keeping people side, then there's nothing I can really say about that. It is one of two paths you can take with art. Or any business, rather. Personally, I would much rather go with artists that are very, like, friendly. Like, talkative, and, like, you know, they feel more like... Come on. They feel more like you're dealing with a human instead of you're dealing with a robot, but... I do understand that that's not something people do, so, all too often. Oh, excuse me. Parasect. Although I do think, with that artist, I do think I am gonna move away from their art after a while. I'm gonna use the stuff now because I'm kind of on a budget. I don't have a ton of money to throw around, so spending 100 Canadian on a model is not exactly something I can do every other day, so I'm gonna still use the actual proper model for a while, but eventually I'll move away from their stuff. They have made a decision. Gallopy. Excellent, good work everyone. Remember, keep control of the weather, you'll be significantly weaker. Oh. That's Lance. My Dragon Knight has spotted a challenger approaching us from below. This will be a fantastic opportunity to use new skills in battle. Get ready, everyone. I get the feeling this is like the final segment, so I'm gonna go back and explore more here, and then I will do this part later, or like next time, because I get the feeling that's towards the end. Because while I don't have any qualms about making these parts long, I don't want them to be absurdly long. Man, it's still blizzarding out there, but it's also not, like, proper snow. It's like that goopy snow. The second it, like, touches the ground, it just evaporates into nothing. Last note I'll make about the artist is, I do acknowledge the fact that me calling them out on their new style of, like, what it looks like, that they're just more focused on doing gigs instead of doing them correctly. I do understand me calling her out on that. It's probably the reason that they've decided to tell me off and then block me. I do recognize that. I'm not that dense. But I was taught that you tell the truth. I was taught that you say what you feel. Mind you, don't do like what people do on the internet where they say what they feel and they just be a complete and utter douchebag. I'm not talking about like that kind of say what you feel, the ones where people will just say whatever they want to offend people. and then pretend like, I'm telling the truth, you can't get offended. You know, those idiots. I'm not talking solely about that, but if I feel like I'm getting ripped off, I'm gonna tell someone I'm feeling like I'm getting ripped off. I'm gonna tell them directly. I'm not one to let myself just get walked over. If I feel like you're being an asshole, I'm gonna straight up tell you that I think you're being an asshole. I'm not gonna say you are. I'm just gonna say I think you're being one. Zeb a striker. Like, this character is meant to be a track star. The lighter outfit works. I'm not surprised she's faster than I am. She almost looks like a cheerleader, but actually able to run. Oh, actually, she looks like a character from that freaking, oh, it's something Musume. The Glade, I think that's... Is that the... Glalie is the ice one. Glade is the psychic fighting? Yeah, it's the male Gardevoir. But I just remembered something I could actually say that I think is actually really stupid. There's a Unamusume, there you go. The horse derby, the pretty derby, or whatever it's called. There was a VTuber I saw where, like, that game came out like a year ago with whatever, like, people are liking it. I think it got an anime with it. But, oh, come on. There was a VTuber who was playing that game, and she saw one of the horses in it. And I guess the horse is very similar to her model. Which is saying a lot, considering anime characters kind of need to be very... Is this the same... Like, they need to be appealable to everyone, so they can't be, like, over the top. So they're kind of generic looking a lot of the time, so if your model kind of looks like that, that's kind of an issue. I say knowing full well that the first version of my character looked like a girl from the Fate series. Which I didn't realize until my friend pointed it out to me. But, she's bitching about how they stole her character. They stole her model or whatever. They copied me, and this is infringement. But I'm going to be nice and not saying, like, not attack them or anything like that. One, by saying that you are attacking them because you're sending your fan base after them, and two, what moves do you have? Can I give you a better move? Dragon Breath kind of sucks. Can I give you a better? No, because I need Fly. Although I might, no, Earth Power's like a counter to Fire. I might get rid of... Oh, no, because Psychic is actually stronger accuracy-wise. I might teach this one Strength and then give her, give Sumika Acrobat. But she's doing that and all this. I Google and I look online and all that, and I find some information that I give her in the comment because, of course, it's like a YouTube short that she's bitching about this. I comment. I'm like, I don't remember the exact number, so I'm not going to be accurate when I say I hear. Ooh. I think that's stronger than Dragon Breath. But I comment, I'm like, you do understand, right, that VTubing started in, God, I think it was like, it was the mid-2010s. I said mid-2010s, so around 2014, let's be honest. 2014, 2015. You are aware that Una Musume started back in, I think it was 2013? 2012? I thought you are aware that Una Musume started well, or a little bit before VTubing properly hit the scene, right? Well before you probably jumped on the bandwagon of popularity and tried to get an easy amount of... Ooh. Nah, she'd have to drop her item. Before you, jumped on the bandwagon to get fame and fortune, the character you're claiming ripped you off was already well established before you made your character. If anything, you probably ripped them off. So I wouldn't take up this fight if... I wouldn't take up this fight considering if you do go to war about this, you are going to lose. She comments back, well, I wasn't... I'm not trying to fight it. I said it's perfectly fine if they copy me. I said, yeah, you said that. However... You said that to your audience of fans who are going to take up, of course, who are going to take up the pitchforks for, they're going to take up the pitchfork for you. You set that up. These people, your fans are now going to go and whine and attack and bitch the people who created the character without knowing they, technically on paper, you copied them. Because your character was made well at... I think she started in, 2023. So there's more than a chance that she saw the character and just subconsciously copied them. Conkeldurr. I don't think I've seen Conkeldurr in this one. I think Conkeldurr is just mono fighting. So I said this all to her, and she's like, yeah, well, I'm not saying that I'm going to fight them. And I said, yeah, no, but you're basically telling your audience to pick up the torch and pitchfork for you. No, I'm not. Whatever they do is up to them. Well, that's lazy. That's just the normal Conkeldurr. Well, whatever they do is up to them. I said, yeah, but they like you and your content. You're telling them you have an enemy is gonna, of course, for a fact they're gonna go after the people now that you've said this. You'd have to be a complete idiot to not think otherwise, or to think otherwise. Oh, I do not control my audience. She just repeated, I don't control my audience. I just responded back with, clearly you don't control your brain cells either. If you're not going to get the point I'm trying to make, there's nothing I can say about it. You just look incredibly petty, complaining about something that you copied. And of course, the whole time, because they're a big popular VTuber. Well, big popularized, 60,000. I'm getting a bunch of death threats and people who are mass disliking my videos. It's I don't care. Do what you wish to do. No skin off my back. Dislikes don't really matter on YouTube anymore. Now that you can't see them, you can't see how much people hate something. That's a Zoroark. Is this the... Yeah, this is the other side of that, okay. Well, it's just funny. what people think they can get away with because they have an audience. It's like, they've got about 60,000. What do they think is going to happen when they go and, whine about a popular game that people know? People are going to take notice. Even if you don't know anything about that VTuber, you're going to, look up stuff about the game. Seeing, because people tend to, like, not review bomb, but they tend to just mass attack anything to do with that. So you know for a fact that there's going to be, in normal videos of that game, there's got to be people commenting, "Oh, this game sucks because it ripped off this VTuber. You're a faggot if you like this game." It's like, the internet's been around for a good chunk of time, right? Like, we know things work out this way. You'd have to be pretty stupid to think otherwise. To think that the internet won't pick up the torch and pitchfork for you. Wobba Fett. Like, you'd have to be pretty stupid to not realize that. Oh, Shadow Tag. Well, it looks like you die. Like, this outfit makes perfect sense for Wobba Fett. Considering it's a ditzy woman. Makes sense that she wouldn't button up her shirt. What the hell happened there? That was a weird... Oh, no XP. I don't think I've seen a game, like, one of these games not give XP. Strange. The battle just kind of ends. Okay, well... Maybe there's a part of the cave earlier that lets me go down to that section. I don't know. But right now I'm at 1 hour and 20 and I kind of want to end this part, so thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed.